What's up, guys? Joe. Hydrate. Man, it's getting hot. Alright, I just want to show you like a quick shortcuts that can greatly speed up your workflow, right? In DaVinci Resolve. Yeah, what I'm going to show you is something that I do all the time in Premiere Pro when I'm editing pause videos, right? And it's something I learned to do now in DaVinci Resolve when I'm doing my videos, right? And that's basically how to how to add B-roll and how to quickly replace B-roll, right? This is what I'm talking about. Alright, so we're in DaVinci Resolve, right? Now, say like I'm talking, right? Here I am, I'm all passionate, talking about like the world's best pastrami sandwich and all that good stuff, right? And then like boom, I'm talking about pastrami sandwich, and then like, I don't know, for some reason I want to talk about cameras, right? Now, there's two things I can do, right? For example, if you look here at your, at the beginning of your timeline, right? See how it says V1, V2, V3? You're able to select these, right? And these guys, they work almost as a target. So in this case, I got video layer 1. This is my main, A-roll, right? This is me talking, other good stuff, right? And say in video layer 2, I'm adding my B-roll. So now let's just say, I'm talking, a pastrami sandwich, and then for some reason I decide I want to start talking about cameras, right? So what I can do is I got my B-roll here, just like of a camera, right? Now you are able to click and drag and put the clip there, right? It does work. You can do that, right? But there's a quicker way to do it, right? Let's delete that. Now what you can do is you want to select video track number 2 here, and that's what that's going to do. It's going to create like a target, right? Boom. Select that, and now what you can do is there's a shortcut which is overwrite. You click that, and there you go. Where the playhead is at, it's going to go towards the left of it. Video layer number 2 because we have it selected here, right? See, if I click on this again, because like the playhead was here, it overwrites this image, right? Now you can do an insert, and what that does is just kind of like insert the clip. It's gonna push everything down a bit, right? So if I move out a bit and I've hit the insert, see, it pushes everything down, right? Now keep in mind you got auto track selector. So let's say if like you just want to move the video but you don't want to move the audio, want to keep it in place, you can deselect the auto track selector and you can hit the insert over here. And see, it moves the video over and it leaves the track alone, right? But obviously you don't want to do that because then your audio is going to be out of sync. But you are able to do that with any track, right? So keep that in mind. If you want to move these guys down but you don't want to mess with the audio and the video track number 1, you can remove the auto track selector, then you can insert, and see, it moves everything down but it leaves these guys alone, right? So yeah, you can mess with the auto track selector like to do stuff like that, right? Now the other thing I want to show you is simply, let's say that here I am talking about pastrami, so I show pastrami, and then like I say, oh, you know what, I start talking about cameras, right? So now I got this clip here that extends over the section where I want to talk about cameras, right? So something you can do is this. Say I can put the playhead here. This is where I start talking about cameras, right? If you want, you can make an edit. If we go to our shortcuts, and let's say I hit replace, where it says edit, replace, I put it to J. I don't know exact, I can't remember what the default was, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Well, actually, let me see, I think in DaVinci Resolve, oh, it's F11, that's default, right? But in my custom shortcuts, I set it to J, but by default it's F11, right? If you go to the beginning of the clip here, right? And this is the pastrami sandwich, but if you want to update the selection to this, the camera, just by hitting J, it's gonna update, right? And so like that's entire selection that we just, that used to be the pastrami, undo that. Now if we go here in the beginning, I hit J, it's going to update, it's going to replace it with this, whatever is inside the source monitor, right? So that can save you a lot of time because like, let's just say for whatever reason, you added like this long picture, right? You're thinking, all right, talking about pastrami, then I'm like, oh shit, I'm talking about camera. I can just select this guy, make an edit, double click the camera, I hit J, then it just replaces everything where like the pastrami clip used to be, right? I don't have to like delete it, click and drag, and then like make some adjustments or anything like that. It just replaces the previous clip of the pastrami with its exact like clip length and all the good stuff, right? Here's another picture, just talking about like, I don't know, there's some like camera up there I want to get, right? It's like a pocket rocket, fine, whatever. Now the command J, the way how it works is that it's gonna fill any gap that's empty, right? Let's say I delete this section, right? And I put the playhead here, and I select my target track to video 1, right? If I hit J, it's gonna fill that area with this image now, right? It's gonna see like there's a gap, so it's like, all right, there's a gap, let me fill it. Now if I go up to video track 2, it does almost the same thing, right? There's a gap between here and here, so when I hit J, by default it's F11, it's gonna fill that gap also, right? Now the cool thing is, say if I'm on the top of this clip, without making any edits, right? Say like I'm talking about the camera, the Canon, then I'm like, oh, around here, I start talking about like the little phone pocket, the little pocket camera thing, whatever. If I hit J, it's gonna make a cut, and it's gonna fill the rest of this clip with this image. Hit J, and there you go, right? See, it made an edit, and there you go, right? Yeah, the replace clip, the edit and replace shortcut is very helpful. Now, if for whatever reason you feel like your stills when you like use this command, right? Say like the overwrite, if you feel like they're too long, because you're actually able to go to DaVinci Resolve, go to Preferences, and if you go to User Settings right here, click on Editing, and we go down to the General Settings, where it says Standard Duration, Still Duration, right here it says Seconds, right? You're able to change it to seconds or frames. But in this case, let's just say we want it to be 2 seconds long, right? So I hit Save. Now this is like the previous one. Let me just change the color to yellow. So if I go here, let's change the target to layer number 3. This was the previous 5-second still duration default. Now I changed it down to 2 seconds. So if I hit overwrite, there you go, you can see, right? So you're able to change how long the still duration is, right? If you're feeling like your still clips are too long, right? So yeah, the combination, these two shortcuts, overwrite, edit overwrite, by default is F10. I got it to Shift W, use that to insert images or even video for B-roll. And then also you want to use the replace shortcut, edit, replace. I have it set to J, by default is F11. One more thing, let me zoom in here. Another benefit of using this shortcut, let's say I got like a transition here, right? I got my little pocket camera, it transitions to the pastrami, then it goes back to the camera, right? The benefit of adding like using that shortcut, right? Let's just say for whatever reason I just need to add an image of Optimus Prime because pastrami is epic like that. But go to the beginning of your clip here, select it, and if you don't want to add a shortcut, you can use the mouse as the same thing. You hit J, and there you go, right? And the cool thing about that is it preserves your transitions without like removing them. That way you don't have to add them again, right? So yeah, this is a benefit of using those shortcuts, right? So there you go. Overwrite and replace. Those two shortcuts like combined together can help you out big time to add and to change your B-roll as you need to. Also, be sure to use like the target tools over here. So that way you can select the right track so you can like, add your image accordingly in the right layer, right? So yeah, anyways, it's a lot easier than like clicking and dragging, that's for sure. So anyways, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. QR codes if you want to buy me some caffeine, would appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me for a bit. Take care and peace.